What up? What up?
The hell was that?
I reached all the way back to the Martin days. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. A little tired, but I'm good.
Girl,
I'm hanging in there.
let's listen, let's not talk about tired. I have been sleep nonstop. I have been uh sleeping 8 to 9 hours a day since I came back from ATL. Y'all always wear me out.
I was so busy, I didn't even see you the
I
whole time.
know.
Like, not at all. We talked a little bit on the phone, but I did not see you whatsoever. I was like, this don't even make sense. I see you
I
on
know.
screen more than I,
See in person. Well, it
yeah.
looks like I'll be back in June, so we'll be seeing each other a lot that those I guess couple of days. So it'll be
Okay.
interesting. You ready to jump into here this here podcast today?
Yep. Yep. I am
Welcome,
ready because
welcome,
it feels
welcome.
like a long time. It seems like we just keep taking these long breaks, but
We're
yeah, I'm ready.
busy. We're important.
That is an understatement.
Everybody wants our attention. Okay, everybody wants your attention.
He was all popular when he was down here. So anyway, what are we talking about today, Kim?
well, well, first let's welcome the folks to the I Ain't Trying to Be Funny Bud podcast with
But
Keita and Kim. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're gonna jump right on into Ready to Love and put a ring on it. And then we'll jump into our favorite Howard book two.
yes, I can even like skip all the other ones and just talk about power because that's my show right now. Well, that
Woo!
and if we were doing scripted, man, I wish you watched Succession. Oh
Yes.
man, I love them crazy rich folks. I love them to pieces. You should be watching Succession. You just got to take a long weekend and get caught up. You'll be so into these cuckoos.
Listen, people keep telling me to take a long weekend to catch on up on a lot of stuff.
Ain't nobody giving them out though. Like, where's these long weekends? Where they at?
Right. What are those? Yeah. I actually have plans this weekend, so I don't even know when I'll have time to do anything. But it's all good. I'll figure it out. You know, it's good to have some plans in place. I guess you know, trying to
Yes,
be. I'm trying to
yes,
be important to somebody.
somebody.
Anyway, let's
Maybe you
let's
need
jump
to go
right.
on Ready to Love next season. I'm gonna call nephew Tommy for you.
Heck no. I wouldn't go on that show if they were paying me $100,000.
I
No,
think they paying
it's
these folks because
they
they
don't
some
want to
crazy.
leave, right?
Right. I think they paying them. They like, no, I need another episode. I owe somebody some money. I need another one. You got another one of them episode. You got another one of them episode.
Give me one of those. So yeah, I am glad to say bye bye to Sue Ann. She was working my nerves. She brought nothing to the show. She nor Blake and those toxic people belong together. Please leave. Like,
Yes,
bye.
I'm glad. I was actually kind of surprised, but I guess not. I shouldn't have been when Blake took himself out of it. I was just like, yay. But
You be
the
like,
way his
oh.
well, yeah, I wasn't sad that he was leaving. The only reason I was surprised is because it had to be a blow to his ego that he didn't have anybody else. Sue Ann was his only one, and we both think he wasn't even really into her.
Right.
So, yeah, it would have been dumb for him to even stay. But I was surprised that he had the sense enough to remove himself, and well, maybe that makes sense because of his
Yeah.
ego. He wanted to be in control and say, "I'm leaving," instead of
Yeah.
getting kicked off.
Yeah.
So. But you
Yeah.
got to kick him off or try to kick him off every week to get rid of him. Like, good
I
grief.
mean, but it was just dumb that he was still there and that she was still there too because she didn't have it. Like I told you before, I don't think Anthony was really into her. So I
Mm-mm.
mean, I don't really think Anthony is into anyone, really. I still don't. I think that's all pretending, all of that feet rubbing and let me feed you some fruit crap that he was doing to Cynthia. I was like, girl, bye. He just trying to stay on this show. He ain't into you either.
But then is she into him really? She's still holding out for Andre, who don't want her. Everybody, okay, so let's get into it. Let's go on and get into it.
Like,
yeah,
let's jump on in.
Right. So if we dismiss Anthony and Cynthia, we think, yeah, they might try to tough it out for the show, but they don't really
There's
make
nothing
sense. There's not
Mhm.
really any chemistry there. He seems to be a nice guy. He seems to be, I like him better than I did the first few weeks, so I like him okay. Just not for any of these chicks. And I actually really like Cynthia with her slow talking self. Like it
I
would drive
thought
me
it was
nuts to
just
be on the,
me.
she'd be like, I really think it's
Oh my
important
God.
that I just be like, girl, if you don't spit it out, I can't
Like
stand
somebody doing the
talking.
album and they got their fingers on it and it's going really
Yeah, she's slow. She's talking real slow. But yeah, so let's talk about Andre, Jeffrey, Cynthia situation. I feel as though he's stringing Cynthia along. Every chance he gets, he picks Jeffrey every single time. But then he's like, oh, but Cynthia, man, you lying. He likes Jeffrey and her drama, you know. And I don't even know if he really can see her drama because he's been seeing her in these little isolated situations. He's not paying attention to the shit she's getting into with other folks,
right.
or or the fact that she didn't even bring an ex to the ex-boyfriend date.
But why
Or
was that not a red flag?
he wasn't at the date. He didn't go. Remember, he wasn't there. So I don't know if he even knows that she didn't bring anybody.
He
Maybe
gotta know
come up.
because I'm sure he had to know because remember they talk about it in the what they call it, the gentleman's lounge.
Yeah.
So he had to know that she didn't bring anyone.
I think
And
he just
that's what I'm
doesn't care.
saying. Why, like, red flag? Like, that's a huge red flag. And let's
go ahead.
Wait a minute. I thought she had 2 kids. She has 3.
3.
But I thought it was 2. How many did you think it was?
I didn't know. I actually, I thought it was 2 because she talked about having
2 baby daddies.
2 baby daddies. So I thought it was 2 kids. But that's an assumption we made.
That was an assumption that was a big ass assumption we made. So yeah, but it wasn't until the relative came that it came out that it's actually 3 kids. So I'm like, dude, she didn't bring either ex for 3 kids, not 2 different baby daddies, but it's 2 different baby. It could be 2 different baby daddies.
Practically the same story too for those 2 baby daddies. Right. That she gifted them with this child, and then he just turned his back on her. Yeah, it's you. It's you. No, she up to something. So the other thing is everybody that has interacted with him, her, and Cynthia picks Cynthia every single time. His best friend picks Cynthia. His sister, was that his sister? Yeah, she picked Cynthia.
Yeah.
She don't trust Jeffrey. Who else was it? The ex? No, they didn't go out with his ex. Oh, Cynthia. No. What else am I thinking? It seemed like it was somebody else.
Maybe it was Anthony's person.
Maybe, but it's just like every time though, he's like, yeah, but Jeffrey. Or he comes up with some kind of lame reason that he didn't like Cynthia's answer or whatever. He just wants Jeffrey and he should just be honest about it. These men, as we said, are addicted to drama. They want that crazy. They want a big old ball of crazy that they can just wrap themselves up, So I think it doesn't matter what Cynthia says or does. He wants Jeffrey. He's just stringing her along. So
okay, I'm gonna throw something at you. I'm gonna swing this back right at you. Okay. I think that Andre and Jeffrey made a pact that he would tell Cynthia, this, I'm gonna go with Jeffrey. And they did things to make it look like he's gonna go be with Jeffrey and Cynthia should just move herself out the way. I think that. Because Jeffrey, remember, she let who's the other guy she was with? She let him go. Why are you looking like that?
I'm thinking of who it was. It was Anthony.
It was Anthony, yes. So I believe they planned that. I believe I believe Andre was supposed to get rid of Cynthia and Jeffrey was supposed to get rid of Anthony. I think they planned that.
It was Mark Anthony.
Hold on.
Mark Anthony.
Yeah, Mark
the
Anthony.
young one. Yeah, and she strung him, but she strung him along for a long time too. I don't see they didn't cut him off until just this last episode.
Right, but I think that's what the plan was. I think it was to string them along. And then this episode, when she got rid of Mark Anthony, Andre was supposed to get rid of Cynthia, but remember, he didn't. She said a few things and he was like, oh man, on second thought,
no, I think the show kept her on because that's Anthony's lady. It wouldn't be fair for Andre to cut Cynthia loose and she still is Anthony's connection.
Yeah, but she could just go straight to Anthony. I mean, he was the one rubbing her feet and stuff. Like,
yeah,
go over there.
I just want her to stop holding on to him and his nonsense.
Just like Tony and Morgan. There's no other connections.
He's small-minded. I don't like Andre. Never have. Ever since he said that about Mercedes, I've been done with him. I don't even want to see his face on my TV. I can't stand him.
Girl.
And it's a really, really small thing. I don't even want to talk about that no more. I'm over him. I look at him, I'd be like,
yeah, I don't like anything that comes out of his mouth, especially when he kept talking about that magazine that he was in. Was it Forbes?
I think it was Forbes.
And I was just like, that wasn't even the question.
No.
One more time.
No. Cares. Yeah, when he's on the TV, I don't even watch it. I listen to it. I just look away. I don't watch him. I can't look at him. And so if he and Jeffrey end up together and he got to take care of her and all them children, that's on him. And I'm saying children because she got 3 of them now. She's a single mother with 3 kids. Yeah. And
whose baby daddies are not involved, period.
Right. She got baggage and he's totally ignoring it. When we get off of here, remind me to tell you something about Jeffrey. Okay.
So then they did these candles, right? And so Cynthia made 2 candles. So Cynthia made 2 candles.
Straight corny.
One for Anthony and one for Andre. And then here goes Jeffrey. I'm like, girl, you know y'all got this pack behind the scenes. What you doing? Miss Bag, Miss Queen Red Flag. What's wrong?
Bag lady. Yeah, she's the worst. Okay, so the candle thing was corny. I didn't really care.
It was corny.
Anything about it. It felt like filler. A lot of this season has just felt like filler. And maybe they had to try to stretch the episodes out because it could have all been done in probably 3 or 4.
3 episodes. Okay. Done.
Yeah, so I'm ready to fast forward. Mark and Mercedes. They're just the cutest little couple.
Mark Anthony,
Yeah, Mark Anthony and Mercedes. They're just so cute. And they're both young and I mean, they're not that young. They're in their 30s. When I was in my 30s, I didn't feel that young. I already had kids and jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't feel that young anymore. 20s, yeah. 30s, no. So, but they seem young compared to everybody else on the show. They are cute. And even if they don't last a long time, it's fine. I think they should just have fun. They can travel, party.
And that's what they want to do.
Yeah. Get naked, do what they're going to do. I think they should just go for it. I like them. They're the only couple I'm rooting for. The only one. I want Anthony to find love. I really, really like him.
But it ain't on this show.
He looks short, though. Is he short?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. You know, short guys can have a disadvantage sometimes. So I just hope he
Well,
finds
Tony's
his
short.
person.
I don't remember seeing Tony and Anthony side by side, but Tony is definitely short.
I don't like him anyway, so I don't care if he
Psycho and
finds
Psycho.
love. Okay, so yeah, let's go on and get into the two of them because I don't have nothing else to say about none of the rest of it. So Tony and Morgan.
Psycho and Psycho.
Same thing, like I was saying, Andre's people are telling him to pick Cynthia. Tony's people are like, get away from this crazy chick. Get away from her. She's crazy. And even nephew Tommy is like, all right, now you better watch out. You know,
until he dropped the bomb on Tommy.
Yeah. But okay, so what happened was
What had happened was
Tony introduced Morgan to, remember, was that his sister? No, who was it? His sister and niece? Oh no, that was Andre. It was his
it was his sister.
It was his sister too. Okay. I was thinking that only Andre had this sister, but yeah, he introduced her to his sister, and Morgan said that they needed to go to counseling.
Right.
And the sister was like, I don't like that. I was right there with her. I was like, I don't like that either.
I don't either. I mean, what type of mess is that?
You just met 10 minutes ago and you're already going to couples counseling, couples therapy. Yeah, it's a lot. Now, you know, the other show, the couples are going through couples therapy with Stacey J because, you know, they've been together for a while. They're trying to get married, and you do need some couples counseling before you get married. These people are trying to get couples counseling so they can go together. Nah, don't work that hard to go together with somebody.
That's how you know they're psycho.
Back in high school, you just look at them and be like, you know, you be my girlfriend, yeah, and then y'all figure it out later. But you got to go to therapy first because y'all been arguing and fighting all the time, and you know she crazy, and you know she know he crazy, and no, she got a temper and a mouth. He got a temper and a mouth. That's just gonna be Andre Rising and Left Eye. They need to let it go. She gonna put all his shit in the bathtub and set it on fire.
You better leave that Atlanta royalty alone. That's Atlanta royalty right there.
Listen, you can't say nothing bad about Left Eye. I loved her. So I'm not saying it like anything, you know, I don't have nothing against Left Eye. But their relationship was toxic AF. And
then she brought up the fact that he slept with a former contestant, Natasha, who had gotten kicked off first episode.
He snuck behind the scenes and was like, no, I can't let that go. And hit it. He was like, well, we ain't on camera no more. What's up? Let's get it. And they, you know, they messed around. And then I guess later on, he want to act like he got feelings for these other folks on camera. He's duplicitous. He's sneaky. He, you know, And he can't be trusted. And Morgan was not having no parts of it. She put it out there. She put him on blast about it. And she was mad. And you could see, you know, how they keep saying, you see how the person acts when they're angry. You got to pay attention to how they treat each other when they get angry. This relationship needs to stop right now.
Correct.
It's a domestic violence situation waiting to happen.
Waiting to happen. So then he had to tell Tommy about it. And then Tommy was like, you broke my rule.
You broke my rule. And what's the consequence of breaking Tommy's rule?
Obviously nothing.
Okay, then. Why you got rules then? Yeah, right. I was at that point when Tommy just shook his head kind of at the whole thing. I was like, yeah, y'all not serious.
But it's gonna come up at the reunion. It's definitely gonna come up at the reunion that Tommy gonna be like, oh, y'all slept together, huh? Okay. And then the whole cast gonna know about it. But I'm sure that happens more. I'm sure that happens.
Oh yeah, I bet they hook up all the time. But I'm wondering, so if you go back first or second season, the chick that had the hair, it was cut short, but she had the piece that went over this way. She met the guy at Atlanta Breakfast Club, and they got to arguing or something. She got mad.
That was the Atlanta one. I didn't watch that one. I only watched the reunion.
She, from what we saw on camera, I couldn't figure out what she was so mad about. but it's because they have been hooking up off camera and talking and meeting up and all that kind of stuff. So then it started making more sense. And that's what, that's the feeling I'm getting with all of this. That's my one beef with Ready to Love, is that they don't follow them when they're not all together. All we get to see is them, as a cast interact with each other. But they calling off, off camera.
Because they're supposed to be getting to know each other. That is the goal.
Yeah, but we're supposed to see that. Reality shows typically follow the people every part of their life.
Yeah.
But this show doesn't do that. So all we get is what they, their representative shows us.
Yeah.
So I'm really feeling like they're just not genuine. We already knew that, but it's just in your face now.
Right.
Now you all on camera acting like you in love with Morgan, but you banging the attorney from the first episode. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I'm glad the next this week is the season finale, because I'm over it.
Yeah.
Nobody belongs together other than Mercedes and Mark Anthony. And like you said, we don't know if it's gonna last, but they seem to be the only couple that not about the drama, that have been in this to really find love and do what they need to do. And it's sad because it seems like they're the youngest of all of the couples that are participating. So I want them to work out. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm done with this show. Who cares?
And and they're all trying to build up the suspense for next week.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting though that we watched 2 of these reality shows. And is it a requirement that they have psychos on the show? Like, they be like, okay, we can't have too many good people. We got to put in some drama in here. Are you a psycho?
I'm pretty sure that they try to spice it up a little bit, because if it were all, happiness and butterflies, people would tune out.
Yeah.
We want the drama too, unfortunately. It's just the audience is picky about the type of drama. Like, yeah, we want a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of interest, some things to, some arguments here and there. But if it's argument every time they're together, we get tired of it. Or if they seem like they're just stunting for the camera, trying to get discovered for another show or something, like Kwame ended up on Power. Was it Power? No. Kwame ended up playing the coach.
I remember Kwame. I saw him in commercials, but I don't remember a show.
He played a coach.
Must not be a show I watch.
Oh, he's on Snowfall, I think.
I don't watch that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but he got killed. So, but I'm saying, like, after he was one of the dates on Put a Ring on It, then he ends up acting in TV shows, like scripted shows. So, and there have been a few that I've seen in other places. So I feel like this show, especially Ready to Love, I feel like these people are just trying to get discovered. And Put a Ring on It. So anyway.
Yeah.
So we are not supportive of any of the couples except for Mark Anthony and Mercedes. And it doesn't even really have to be love with those two. I just want them to be a cute couple.
They can just hang out.
Yeah. If it ends up being marriage, cute. But it doesn't have to be.
Who knows?
Yeah. I just want, and I really like Cynthia. I hope she finds her love. I just don't really.
She need to go back to her baby daddy, honey, because
he's something else. He's something
and
else.
She is too.
Yeah.
They need to be together.
Yeah, and there are some red flags with that.
Yeah.
So, but I like her. I think she keeps her crazy under wraps better than Morgan. Morgan don't even try to hide her crazy. I don't even see, like you said, when they cast the show, I'm sure they had the interview and stuff like that. I wonder if the people casting her saw the crazy and were like, "Ooh, she gonna be good,"
like,
or if she hid it and they put her on there anyway, and then it, the skeleton started flying out her mouth, like.
But still, I want to know what make you think that inviting your ex-boyfriend, like, I'm sure you've had other ex-boyfriends, but you invited the ex-boyfriend that you nared. Mm-hmm. Like, why him? Mm-hmm. Why would you want us to know that you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Like, that makes no sense. And to me, that's a whole nother level of psycho.
Did she put it out there in his face?
Because
Like,
you put
okay,
it out,
this is
you put it
what
out
could happen to you if you date me. And he's like, all right, bet.
there. Challenge accepted.
Even
Yeah, so
even the other dude, what was his name? Lyndon. He still hung in there a little bit longer after finding that out.
but
He
he's
was still,
special anyway.
yeah,
He's
he was
special
like, all
anyway.
right, then let's do it. I said, so both of y'all gonna ignore that? It's not like y'all bald headed, or maybe they think that was a one off. But like, yeah, maybe she would only what I'm saying. Maybe she would only do
I
that
know, but I'm just
nair
saying, why would
trick
you think that?
once. Maybe because she wouldn't do the nair more than once. Maybe she got a whole different bag. Like next time, it's gonna be super glue in your
Rat poison.
it's gonna be super glue in your contact drops.
Let's not put shit out there, and then it'll be some knocking on the door talking about what you said. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you right there. It's like, so you didn't think that you would get the same or something harsher?
Right.
More harsh.
Harsher.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm just going to say, every time I watch these shows, it just proves my point over and over and over again that guys like drama. And I don't. I just don't. That's too much for me.
Well, these guys are too much for you. There are guys who don't want the drama. You just got to find them.
Okay. So, anything else you want to say about Ready to Love?
No, nothing else. Nothing else. Put a ring on it. Let's go. Put a ring on it.
Talk about delusional, psycho. Listen, I don't know how much in one show I can give two people the side eye, to the point where my side eye has gone full circle, because these folks are like, woo.
Yeah, so we watched it with so Stacey J is my classmate from Spelman, and she invited us to a watch party to go watch the show when it aired on Friday. And we watched it at this cigar bar in Smyrna. It's a whole lot of people in there. They had the show piping through the speakers and on all the TVs in there. Everybody's in there like they crazy. Like everybody came to the same conclusion at the same time. And the funny thing is that we all thought, so from the first episode, I thought Dunbar was the crazy one because of how he treated that guy when he came for the date. I thought he was the one running the relationship. But then I started to notice that whenever Stacey said anything to them, the girlfriend is the one who got defensive. What do you mean controlling? He's not doing this. He's not doing that. And everybody's like, okay, at that point, I was like, okay, she's defending him quite a bit. Either she's crazy too, or she don't know that he's manipulating her. But then this last one, I was like, oh, it's her. Everybody in the bar was like, oh, it's her. Everybody's pointing like, oh, it's her. We all slapping behind the stuff. They were like, that shit crazy. Yeah.
Well, I would say this. We have to assume, because remember the last Put a Ring on It, I started seeing more of the cuckoos from last season on Instagram. The guy that was controlling that girl, the one who eventually got pregnant, and remember the picture, and she was on the floor pregnant.
On the floor holding his.
So so I started looking at her and her Instagram, and every time the show aired, people would literally go on these folks' Instagram pages and are saying things to them about what they saw on the show. And I think we have to assume that the same thing happens with these guys, with Dunbar and Chance, and saying, oh, he's controlling. And then she's probably seeing all of that stuff, and somehow she needs to assert her dominance and show that he's not controlling her, and now she got to act out. You know what I'm saying? And
but it's
even
not
though
real
this
time,
is recorded,
though. Yeah, it's recorded.
That's what I said. even though this is recorded, but it's almost like she had to prove something, and we think people know what's going on. We can't assume anything about these damn shows, but it's crazy because I was like, the girl Chance had she even looked different. It was like her, you know how clowns are nice until they're evil, and then their face totally looks different when they become evil. She started looking evil. And even when Stacy was talking to them, at some point, her eyes even got big. And I said to myself, they edited some shit out. Something happened behind the scenes that we don't know about. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, okay, now I'm scared of both of these. Now I'm scared of both of them.
Well, like I said, I was saying to somebody, actually I said it in the bar Friday night when they were showing him right at the end, he was looking dead at the camera like,
but so
like
it was kind of
like it was no, but I'm saying he was looking like, help me, but he wasn't saying it with his mouth. He was looking
blink twice.
Yeah, he was looking like, help me, save me, she crazy. I just got that feeling. Everybody kept saying, oh, it's her. So yeah, so what happened was, in case somebody didn't remember, Chance and Dunbar didn't show up to the couples meeting
for the group,
for the debrief and to get their assignment for the week. And so Stacy had a meeting with just Dunbar. I think that might have been before they didn't show up. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was before.
Right. So because the beginning of the episode started with her and Dunbar, just the two of them, a one-on-one, and he revealed a lot of his fears, and he cried, and he was very emotional, opened up to her about his childhood and things like that. And she told him, you need to let Chance know how you feel, open up to her, and told him to go do that. Then they don't show up to couples therapy. And then next thing you know, they're leaving the show. And it's because of her. That's why I feel like he went back and told her, she had me crying and stuff. And she was like, oh, she ain't gonna have my man on TV. And she ain't about to be. Yeah, so I think it was her.
He said he had anxiety, anger, and depression, and that he was scared that Chance would leave him. I was like, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
That is a lot. And you need some separate counseling.
He does.
But you could see the anger on TV. I mean, just like what we were talking about with Love and Marriage DC, with Jamie. I mean, you would think that would be something that you want to hide from the public. No, they're showing it on TV.
Yeah, and I want to ask, well, Stacey didn't do the casting, but I would love to know how this couple got selected. Or actually, I would rather know from them, why did you go on the show if dating other people makes you this uncomfortable? If you're this afraid?
Yeah, because it's not like this the first show.
That's the point of the show.
Right.
That's the whole premise of Put a Ring on It, is that you're going to date other people to see if you can make your thing, to see if the grass is greener or if you want to stay and actually commit.
Right.
And they both went on one date and they're like, oh yeah, I can't do this. Like, what?
So we have a sword that has been on other reality show tapings. All of them don't get picked up. We don't always see everything that passes muster, but when they advertise this casting calls and stuff like that, they tell you what these shows are about. And it's not like this is the first season of Put a Ring on It. Why would you go on a show that you know nothing about?
I don't think they knew nothing about it, but I just want to know.
But they had such a big problem with going on other dates. And it's like, but you knew that
but you came to us. Why are you here then?
To get another job, a gig.
Well, to be on TV. She's Miss Georgia. And
currently she is
Ms. MS period, Ms. Georgia.
Currently.
Currently.
Like the most recent Miss
Yes,
Georgia.
Ms. Georgia. I'm not familiar with that pageant, and it's not a part of Miss Georgia or Miss USA. It's a part of.
Is it for strippers?
I looked it up, and it said the United States of America pageants, and they have a bunch of different ones. I've
Okay.
never heard
I
of it
don't
before.
know nothing
I'm
about
used
that.
to Miss America and Miss
Right.
USA, but this is
And Miss Georgia.
This is Ms. period, MS period, Georgia. I've actually even heard of Mrs. America and Mrs. Georgia, but I hadn't heard of this one. So I don't know. But I think and they've been on like Fox 5 or something recently too. Like
Yeah.
even before that episode aired, they went on TV. And then after that episode aired, they went on TV to announce their engagement. So I think she's an attention seeker,
You mean they, because he had to agree to it.
Yeah. I think it's more her though. Because nobody knows who he is. She's trying to move up in this pageant.
Yeah, because he played in a game for like what? A minute?
6 minutes. Right. He's not a famous football player. Nobody knows him. He's not even like big or anything. He looks like a little guy. Or maybe it's his beat down mentality makes him look so small, but he just doesn't look like old. Like if you saw him on the street, you wouldn't know he was a former NFL player.
Right. No.
And then with all that crying, I just can't.
Not the crying in.
Yeah, all that crying. So
yeah,
I think
I'm glad they're gone. Yeah, I'm glad they're gone. And I will say this to the end of time. Please stay together because y'all psychos and don't nobody else need to get involved in that. Y'all stay together and keep everybody else out of your psychoness.
It's funny that you and one of my other friends say the same thing. She was like, they need to stay together because we don't need four miserable people. We don't need four miserable people. You two stay together and leave everybody else alone. So correct. Yeah. So anyway, I guess they're going to be off the show, and I don't know if a new couple is going to come on or if
that's what she said. She brought in a new couple.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. I mean, it was in a bar, so I missed that part. But yeah. It'll be like that other season where the girl's father died and they left the show, and then another couple came on.
I think it has happened. It happened quite a bit. Like something has happened where people leave. Not saying this show, but reality shows. Period. Oh. It seems like something happens in all of them.
Yeah, and so for the couples that are left, we got Jason,
Ricky and Catherine.
Ricky and Catherine. Mm-hmm. Okay. We haven't discussed this, but why do Ricky and Catherine live with his mama?
95,672
like, people. Why? Who are all these? Why are you living with all these people? Is he broke and she broke too, and they living with his family, or is his family living with them? I took it as he's living with his mom and them.
When he said that, I was like, y'all ain't gonna make it. Y'all ain't gonna make it.
It's an odd situation.
It is a very odd situation. And I wrote down everybody that lives with them. Where does it? I said, that was disturbing to say the least.
I was like, it was, and they're not even married. I cannot. Who does? It's just such a weird situation. And that's why
I wrote Ricky and Catherine live with 2,000 people. What in the world? That is so wrong in so many ways.
So many ways. It was puzzling to me. And I kept wanting to go, wait, can we go back to that? Like they just kind of glossed over it. And I want to go back and get some more information. So now who are all these people in your house? And how does Catherine feel living with her broke boyfriend and his family? She must be broke too. She must not have her.
Well, that's what he said when she moved back to Georgia. He asked her to move in with him. So maybe he needed help paying the rent.
At his mama house?
Rent.
Listen, I don't understand none of it.
And I wonder if they're going to tell Stacey, like, I wonder, does she know about their living situation? Because she has got to say something about that.
I would love for her to say something about that. I might
Yeah.
text her and be like, "Do you ask them?" I don't know. That might not. I don't know if she could tell me. But okay. So then they go.
So Ricky goes out on a date with Sheila
His
at Calabar.
ex-wife.
Did you see that?
Oh, you talking about the week before? I saw they went to
The week
Calabar, and
before.
I was like, "Hey, that's in the neighborhood. I love that spot. That food is good." And after a certain hour, they clear out all the tables, and they have like a Caribbean party. They cut up in Calabar after like 11 o'clock on Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I loved it. I was like, "Hey, I should go out there and be like,
So yeah, so the first
yeah."
was when he went out with Sheila and she got a second date. And then he went out with his ex-wife who totally, when she walked up, I was like,
That's his ex-wife. Everybody in the bar was like, "How did he get her?" And so there was a whole conversation in the bar about he must be a tripod, because she was really cute for him with them little baby braids that he wears. Like, what is the
girl, please
attraction
cut
to
that
this
mess.
dude? What is the attraction to this dude? I was like, he must be a tripod. He must be. He gotta be. Look, have you seen him? He don't even have a pretty smile. I mean, like, or pretty eyes or not. Like, he has no personality. He don't have a body. He's not cute. Like, what is he bringing to the table? He hasn't even shown us he's funny. Like a guy that's funny can laugh you right on out your panties or something. But
Right,
this
right,
dude, I don't even get it. I'm like,
right, right, right.
everybody in the
And
bar was
what's
like, her and him.
so not this last episode, but the previous episode, I wrote that Ricky is a man's man. And what I mean by that is he was saying that he was so busy taking care of all of the big stuff that he didn't pay attention to the little stuff, which is why she didn't get flowers all the time, which is why they didn't go out on dates. But the rent was paid and you had water and lights. You know what I'm saying? So to him, he was doing what he should do as the man in the relationship because he was taking care of the family. And so maybe that was the attraction to the ex-wife, that he was taking care of everything. I don't know, but that's what I wrote. And then he said, then I wrote, did she say she wanted a PS5?
Mm-hmm. She did. She want flowers and she want a PS5. But broke folks have champagne taste and Kool-Aid money. You paying rent. You should not have a PS5. You are paying, no, she not paying rent. He paying the rent. And she got the nerve to want a PS5. You know how much those are? I was like,
No,
girl,
I have no idea.
I do, because
Why
we
would
have
I?
one in the living room. And I can tell you
Why
right
would
now,
I though?
they're not cheap, but my husband works
I
a
have
good
an
job.
Xbox One.
And if he want a PS5, he get himself a PS5. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the broke ones who live in with somebody and their mom and their brother and their sister and the cousin them. You don't get a PS5. You don't even need to be playing it because you need to be out in these streets getting a job.
Well, how you gonna play it if everybody on the couch with you?
I hate you. That caught me off guard. I mean to laugh out loud.
I did have an
Pass me
Xbox
the
One,
controller. Pass me the
Keita.
controller. Okay. Do you play it?
I
Do you have
sold it.
time to play it? Okay.
I sold it before I left.
Okay.
This
So
lady,
then
and
you
it
don't
was so
have
funny.
one. You
She
had
met me at
one.
the Kroger. She met me at the Kroger, at the Glenwood Kroger. And she was like, did you ever use this? And I was like, yeah, I used it. And she was like, it's so shiny. She was like, it looks new. And then, so I gave her like 3 or 4 games. And she was like, some of these aren't even open. And I was like, I know. And she was like, you didn't use this. And I was like, yes, I did. I just never got to these games. And she was like, my son is going to be so happy. I was like, enjoy. Like, I really don't know why I bought it. I had good intentions to use it, but I probably used it like 3 times. And I had it for like 2 years.
We are a PlayStation family. We have had every single model since they
Yeah.
started selling PlayStation.
Really?
And
Yeah.
we're on the waiting list for this PS5 for like a year and a half. And as soon as we
Wow.
got the email, was like, oh, yeah, girl.
I'm missing out on something.
But that's yeah, I don't play it. I come
Oh,
through, I see them playing it. Oh, you playing 2K, NBA 2K, whatever it is, and I just keep it moving because I don't, I like basketball. I like to watch it. I like to go to the games, but I don't want to watch somebody play basketball on a video game, and now that's a little bit too far for me.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm cool on that. So yeah, so the
yeah,
fact
but
that
you
she
broke.
said
Yeah, you
PS5,
don't.
I was like, it was just, to me, it was just so, she pulled that shit out the air. Like, I was like, say what now?
I didn't think it was
Man,
out the air for me. They have a buddy chemistry to me.
they do. It's
They
not
and
just me. Okay,
they
thank
keep
you.
saying they've been friends for a long time. But it
Mhm.
doesn't seem romantic, and that might also be why he's not very romantic with hers because he don't see her that way.
So
I
she
think
just another roommate.
she another roommate in that
She's
house.
just
Yeah.
another roommate.
And I
Yeah.
think if she broke up with him and went on with somebody else, I think he would just be okay with it.
She
Because I
with
don't
Mark.
think that, huh?
She with Mark.
She
Mark
can
made her
just,
laugh. With Mark.
yeah. I think she's just waiting her time until they find somebody else, or maybe they got an arrangement. Because I just don't see the love between them two. Like
It's a lot of arrangements
I
going
see
on
the
out here in these
friendship
streets.
between them. I do see the friendship, but I don't see the
Yeah.
romance or the chemistry. So I'm okay if they don't get married. I'm really
But they
okay.
will. We already know what's gonna happen,
I
right?
hope they don't, actually.
But we've been saying this since the show has been on. They always get engaged. It's stupid as hell.
It is pretty stupid.
Okay,
Chance and
last but
Dunbar
not
are
least.
engaged now, and they should not be.
Yes, they should. Because
They
they
need
both
to be by
psycho.
themselves. They both need to be by
No,
themselves.
no, no, no.
I hear
They
what you're saying, and that's the rule, not for miserable people.
that's the
But I
rule.
think that they need to be like they need to sit quiet somewhere, but alone,
In the corner.
separately, to go sit down and have quiet contemplation. That's what I need from the two of them. Anyway,
Not quiet contemplation.
so Jay shutting
Last
his
but not
way.
least.
Somebody said we sitting there, they showing a couple. This dude next to me said she got a lot of face. And I damn near fell out my chair. I almost fell out my chair. I was like, I turned and looked at him. I was like, bruh, bruh. He said, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. He was like, we gotta watch. We in the bar watching this. If I gotta watch this, I'm gonna comment. I was like,
Can you imagine? Well, you saw it, but I cannot imagine watching this on a huge screen and seeing that her face literally goes from here to here. Like,
he got his cigar. He like, she got a lot of face. I was like, I can't stand you, sir. I was rolling.
listen,
And he was the same way. He
listen.
was like, why we watch TV in the bar? I was like, look. It was
I said the
hilarious.
same thing. That girl
Ugh.
has a strong, long face.
I think she's pretty though. She got a lot of face, but she's pretty. Okay, you don't have to agree. I think she's pretty. I like her look better than Chance. I don't like her. I don't like her. No
But
parts of her.
Chance, the stuff that she does makes her not likable.
Makes her not. Yeah, it makes her not attractive. Joya seems sweet. I don't understand her. He already has a child. She already has one or two.
One,
At least one. Why are you pressuring this man to have a child? And he obviously don't want one.
Yeah.
Not right now.
They need to break up. Because here's my issue. He is telling her, and this is where women, including myself, I'm going to include myself in there. We need to listen. When these dudes say what they want, we need to listen. Listen. And it's funny because I listen to kids. I listen to the subliminal messages kids give me more than men, and I'm going to do better. But men, that dude is very clear in what he wants. He has said that he does not want a child right now, maybe later. He wants to enjoy his life. He wants to travel. He wants to make memories, spend time with her. And they have been doing that. But it was crazy because this whole time she keeps harping on the fact that she wants a child. I was under the assumption that she didn't have kids. And then here she come with like an 11-year-old or some shit like that.
Same.
And I was
she wants a baby.
Like you acting like you have never been through the damn process or some shit.
Yeah.
Or maybe she just wants a child by him. Or maybe there's some freaking baby mama drama behind his child or something that's making her feel like I need to insert myself and have a kid with him. Or something is definitely missing that she's pressuring this dude. But he has been clear. And it makes me say to myself, Kim, the next time, listen to these dudes and what they say. And it was interesting. Sidebar, I saw a video today that a guy made, and I've been trying to figure out if he said 3 dates or 3 times. But he said for women between the ages of 30 and 50, you got 3 times to say the right thing or she out. And I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna remember that, and I'm gonna stick to that. If you got 3 times to say something that I want or need to hear for me to continue with this. But if you're telling me that you don't want kids and you don't want this, well, I don't want kids. Don't get it twisted. If you don't want this, you don't want that, you're unsure, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I'm confused, whatever the case may be, I need to be listening to that, and I need to throw up the deuces and get the hell on. They need to break up because she ain't getting it through her long face.
She ain't getting it through what?
Her long face.
Not her thick head, through her long face. Yeah.
She ain't getting it through her long face.
He's not listening. He's not, like you said, subliminal messages. It's not subliminal.
No, I'm talking about
at
with
all.
kids.
I know you said with kids. I know you said with kids. His is not subliminal.
He's saying his point blank and the period.
He's not hinting.
Yeah.
He's saying straight out, I need another 2.5 years of just traveling and hanging out and enjoying myself with my
So shut up about it.
Yeah. And if this ain't what you want, then go find what you want.
I ain't the one for you.
Because
I also put it on the men too.
Yeah,
but I also put it on the man too.
Because he's staying with her, even though she's trying to get him to do what he don't want to do.
And say what you was about to say about her.
She'll get pregnant, and then he gonna resent her and the baby, and they'll end up divorced or breaking up, and it'll be baby mama drama. Like all
over again.
It's already been written, and it ain't like you don't know that it happens. It ain't like you ain't never heard this story. Like, come on, chick. Yeah. Yep. So, it's just poor judgment on her part. It's poor judgment.
Yep. So they're not going to work, and they need to just go ahead and break up. And if they do, now I don't know. Maybe she'll come back towards the end of the show and say, "I hear you. I'm going to just wait 2-3 years, and if we're still together, maybe we can discuss having a kid. I do want to save this relationship. I want to be with you. Whatever." I don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, I don't think so. I think she's going to just want what she wants because
and she messed around and caught feelings. But it seems to me like they should have had these conversations before they caught feelings. It was something back to Ready to Love, something Mark Anthony's best friend said, or it was his cousin. Something his cousin asked Mercedes, and Mark Anthony was like, "Wow, that was a good question. I never thought of that." And I'm like, "Why not, dummy?"
What did he ask about?
Was it marriage? Somebody had ever proposed to her, or had she ever been married before? He was like, "I never thought to ask that." What? Huh?
Isn't that part of the getting to know you phase?
Look,
It
these people
goes
don't ask
along
the
with
right questions.
what's your favorite color? How tall are you? What's your full name type of situation? Like, so I can
Like,
Google
what
you real
are they
fast.
talking about if you're not having those kinds of conversations? There used to be, I'll see if I can find it. There was a woman years ago who came up with like, I think it was 100 questions you and your partner needed to ask each other before you got, married or
Yeah,
before you got
it's on
serious.
Amazon. It's a couple of them on Amazon. I've
Yeah.
seen
And
them.
so people really need to do that. Like, you got to have some serious talks before you
Right.
talk about
Just
getting
like I
married.
need to know if you were born a boy. How about that? I need to see some baby pictures because you could change your birth certificate.
I actually asked before we got married, I actually asked my husband if he was gay. Not because I thought he was, I didn't at all. I just asked him because I wanted I want to know if you're going to look me in the face and tell me the truth. And I don't want to be years later finding out that my man is gay and I had to know because I didn't ask him or I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just was
Yeah.
like, just to put it out
I've
there,
asked that
all of
before
it.
because I thought it. I thought it for that
I didn't
person.
I didn't think it.
Yeah.
It was just one of those questions that I want to know. And if you are, if it's someone I'm gonna live with, then we go from there. But if it's a deal breaker, and you need to any deal breakers you have, you need to find that out up front.
Up front.
If you
Up
want
front.
5 kids and I only want one, we need to know that off the rip.
Right.
Or if you
Exactly.
don't want any kids and I want kids, we gotta talk. We gotta know.
Yeah.
It don't even make
Yeah.
sense to go any further if we are not on the same page. Now, you don't have to like all the same foods, right? You don't have to like the same kind of movies and that kind of trivial stuff that people talk about. You need to know, do you want to travel? Do you like to go out or are you a homebody? Those are two very different types of people.
Mhm.
And it'll be okay for a little while, but in the long run, that ain't gonna work.
Just like the sex talk, which
Yeah,
I mean,
all of
if
that.
you're not willing to do all the stuff I want to do, and the amount of times that I want to do it, and the ways that I want to do it, then we ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about me, but I'm just saying
We're
I
saying in
heard
general, those are things because you gotta have that conversation, the conversation.
conversation. I
And they're
cannot hear that
coming
word
back. They're
correctly.
coming back next
Yes, they
week.
are coming back. Yes, this
This
week.
this week, this Saturday,
Is it this week or next week?
the 8th. This is
Oh,
Saturday.
this week. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we'll be adding another show to our repertoire. No, well,
We'll be
yeah,
taking one
because one
away.
will be going away. Yeah. So
We'll be
yeah, so
getting rid
I'm
of.
cool. I'm cool on all of them. I really don't think that Joya and Jaysha will make it if she doesn't begin to listen to him and accept what he's saying.
Yeah. I
As
actually like him. He's cute.
I like him, and I like he's honest.
Mhm.
Because he talked about his child. He talked about the situation with his child. And I was like, whoa, he's like really opening up, like he's all in on this show.
Mhm.
But she ain't listening.
See now, maybe Stacy will be able to help them. Maybe
She
she
needs
will.
some help.
Maybe she will.
Okay.
And I will say I do actually like Stacy's approach with the couples. I think she's good. I think she's good. A lot of people didn't know if they were gonna like her or not. I like her.
She
I think
jumped
she's
in with
doing.
both feet.
Yeah, I think she's doing a good job, and she is killing it. The wigs are looking great. The outfits are looking great. Her makeup is nice. She's doing it. When there was a slow mo where she went to go visit. Who did she go to the home?
She
Joy
went
and
to
Jasha, because they didn't do the exes. Stacy came to their apartment. She came around that corner in a slow mo walk. Everybody in the bar was like, ah,
Get it, girl. Get it,
get it,
girl.
sis.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
doing that. I commend her on her makeup team and her stylist. So anyway, so you ready to talk about Power?
Next.
Power Book 2 Ghost.
Power Book 2.
You always say it, so I decided I'm going to say the whole name this time. Because I always say Power. You be like, Power Book 2.
Yes. I love it.
It's such a good show.
This one was really good. So of course we're combining two shows again because we're catching up. So What you think about Braden with the black girl?
I'm not
Tommy part
surprised.
two?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. And a little part of the back of my brain is like, okay, are they going to recycle everything from the original Power series? You know, like you said, when they walked through the warehouse and it was Kane,
Yes.
Braden, it looked like Tommy, Kane, and Ghost and Tasha. You know, they're recycling that, and then Tommy likes black women, and so Braden likes black women. It kind of makes sense
But
because he hangs
he
with.
was with a white girl. He has been with white girls
Yeah, but
though.
he probably, I mean, he hangs around black folks, and so of course he's
Yeah.
gonna be attracted. And
Yeah.
then, and he's grimy on a sneaky tip. He's just
I
not.
like it.
He's not quite like Tommy because Tommy didn't flinch about killing people.
Right. So
And
that's the
Braden gonna have to
difference.
get himself together. But so let's go back because we didn't get to talk about the last week, not this week, but last week.
Yeah, that was last week.
Then the week before that, because you said 2 episodes. We didn't
Oh,
go
wait.
back to the big reveal of when we found out Lauren wasn't dead and
okay.
and what actually happened. So the last time we chatted, I was like, it's got to be Effie is the mole, but it's not, because Effie thought she put Lauren in the lake and that she was dead, but then she's not. So Effie thinks
I was right.
is dead. You were right. Effie
I
is
was
not
right.
the one. So Lauren is not dead. Effie doesn't know that. So Braden doesn't know that Effie didn't put a bullet in Lauren's head.
Correct.
So he thinks that Lauren is dead as well.
Correct.
And Kanan is like, are you sure Lauren is dead? Something ain't right. Something, or, whatever. So, yeah. So then who's the mole? I mean, she can't be talking about Sax.
She said it in the office. She was like, "You're my CI. I need for you to get on your job."
But she said she had a mole embedded, and he's not quite embedded. He's working with McLean, but I thought she meant in Tyreek's crew. Sax is not embedded in their crew. He only works with McLean, and he's sneaking around the office. He's not in.
Right.
It's the way she said it. Then is not right. They shouldn't have wrote it that way, because I didn't.
But I still don't. But I still don't understand Jenny at all, because Lauren, and I said it the last time, Lauren knows nothing. She doesn't know anything. So why? I don't even get it. What can she offer Jenny?
I don't know. I guess it'll be revealed. I guess so. So Effie's trying to branch out on her own, sell some product to Stanford on her own. She went up to the roof. Stansfield, yeah. Oops, sorry, Stanford. Yeah. So we saw her go to the little brick thing, their little contraption and stuff.
She said she want to go to grad school, and she got to pay off her student loans. I was like, oh, she for real.
I knew drug dealers in college, like that were in college.
No one offered me drugs like my whole life. No one. What is it about me?
We were watching. My mother watches those true crime shows, like First 48 and stuff like that. There's another one. Is it called Atlanta Crime Story or something?
Celebrity Crime Story.
Not that one. It's not Celebrity. It's strictly Atlanta crimes that have made the news. These people are not celebrities. The stories were big though, but they're not celebrities. But anyway, one of the episodes,
the one Monica does is called Celebrity Crime Story.
Yeah, it's not Monica.
And then what's her name? From New York, the rapper. The one.
So I was trying to get to.
She has one too, but hers is all over.
Yeah, this one is specific.
Remy Ma.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, hers is all over. I don't know of one just in Atlanta though.
I'll find the name of it for you.
Okay.
But anyway, one of the stories was about I think it was Wiley Jackson in his church. His brother was murdered or something. But anyway, and then another story was about a Morehouse student. who was selling drugs, and he got tortured and killed in his apartment. Like they tortured him, burned him to pieces, and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I only said that to say he was a Morehouse student, drug dealer.
What year was that? Do you know?
Sometime in the 90s, I believe, late 90s, early 2000s,
Hmm.
maybe. I didn't know
Interesting.
that guy. I'm saying. So I don't know. There are kids in college that are drug dealers, strippers,
They didn't offer me
um,
none. I don't
thieves,
know.
murderers, all kind of stuff. They go to college too. So at first
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of ridiculous that Effie was at Stansfield doing all this, but hey, she trying to make a living.
She
Tyreek
not
doing
trying
it
to do.
too.
And it, like I said, it came out that she was interested in going to grad school. So obviously she doesn't want to do the drugs her whole life. She wants a career. And hopefully she knows she won't have the same money. But I like the fact that it was so funny when he was like, that's why you driving that raggedy car. She was like, you ain't even got no car. You got two legs.
I thought of you when he said we could be like my mom and Tasha. He said something like that. And that's why I said, oh, this is gonna recycle everything. He and Effie can't be Ghost and Tasha though. I don't see it. I don't see the I don't see it. I don't see them lasting for very long.
I don't trust her though. I
I
still
still
think
don't
she's up to no good. And I do wonder
either.
if Tariq wants this relationship so badly that he will overlook that and get caught or whatever. Or she get caught and he blame him, or whatever the case may be, he's gonna wind up caught. And I just wonder if he has taken away all the blinders with her. But it was just too many times when she couldn't be trusted. She's proven that she couldn't be trusted. And now they're a couple. And I'm like, is he all in, or is he still going to be cautious with her?
He
I don't
talks
know.
like he's all in, but we know it's gonna crumble when Lauren shows back
Yeah.
up. Because he was
Yeah.
in love with Lauren. So it's not gonna last. As soon as he finds out Lauren is not dead, but Effie thought she killed her, and she thinks that Effie tried to kill her, or she knows that Effie tried to
Yeah.
kill her. When all
Right.
of that comes out and that Braden was in on it too, all of that's gonna fall apart way quicker than
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, Ghost, and Kanan. They all stayed tight for like 20, 30 years. I don't
Mm-hmm.
see this crew lasting that long.
Right.
They got too
But
much perception off the
I
top.
don't think Tariq will be. I think Tariq will be like Ghost and forgive Braden about Lauren, like Tommy. I mean, like Ghost forgave Tommy for killing Angela because he knew that it had to be done.
But that was many, many, many
I know,
years
I know.
later.
I'm just saying. I think that the relationship. My point is, I think that the relationship is stronger between Tariq and Braden than Tariq and Effie.
Oh, definitely. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
said when he finds out the real
Mm-hmm.
deal, he can't be with Effie because his love is
Yeah.
Lauren. Well, it was
Yeah.
Lauren, or he
Yeah.
thought it was Lauren.
And I didn't like her
So
either,
I don't
but
like her either
whatever.
with her smash face.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't think Lorenzo is gonna make it out of this season. I just don't think so.
Man, when I tell you, when Kane figured out that his dad killed Zeke, he was like, I own you. I was
Yeah,
like, oh my
yeah. I like
God.
Kane. I like Kane.
Oh
His
my
character gets
goodness.
better every season for
And
me.
he's just a jokester now. He has those quick lines now. And I'm loving it. He's like moving up because I'm a Tariq fan. Tariq is very, very, very intelligent
He's intelligent,
and
very.
quick. Kane is just he's a thug and he's quick and I love it and it's getting better,
He's
but
getting a little smarter.
getting
He's getting a
smarter.
little more savvy in the
Mm-hmm.
business. He's not
Mm-hmm.
quite, I mean, I know I said they recycling power, but he's not quite as smart as Kanan was. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Kanan seemed like he was smart. He was smarter from the beginning.
From the
Kane is
beginning,
just
yeah.
out here like, rah, kill him, rah, kill that person, you know, and
Right.
the family treats him like the black sheep, like,
Yeah.
like they don't want him. Kanan, on the other hand, his family treated him like the prince and he was rejecting
Right. Right.
how, being treated special. He wanted that grimy life. Kane is like, why I gotta be grimy? Why they get to go to college and be special? Why I gotta be out here in these streets? So I like
Like
Kane.
Drew. Drew was like, I don't want this life. I want to be on Grinder.
I,
But
they're
Kane
trying
had
to
his
give Drew
dad.
a backstory. They're trying to give Drew a storyline,
Right.
and it's just
All he want to do is he's tank songs.
he need to be on P Valley. This ain't the show for him.
Right. right. But Kanan had his dad beat up. I was
Kane,
like, what I say?
Kane.
Kane had his dad beat up, and I mean, and it's so funny, not funny, but it's like punishment. Like
Mhm.
when when we do something wrong in our culture, you get beat. That's the punishment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was crazy.
He
And
just
he was
punking him
like,
every chance he get.
I
Just keep
love it.
punking him. I
I
love it
love
too.
it. I love it.
And
I ain't like
Lorenzo,
Lorenzo. Lorenzo was an ass from jump, and to me, he pissed me off when he reduced Monet and all of this. She been holding it down this whole time. His ass been locked up. Not that he hasn't done stuff from in there, but it's different when you out here in these streets versus in a jail or a prison or whatever. So I ain't never liked Lorenzo.
yeah, he's just one of those fathers that comes in all Johnny come lately, want to be the dad and run the kids. You ain't even been around. They don't really know you
Right,
like that.
right,
And he think he
right.
could just run the house and control everything. So he's a whole different character this season though. He's scared of Monet. He's scared of Kane now. He tipping around in the corners doing sloppy, getting his son beat up all sloppy. He ain't gonna make it long. He's not
No.
smart, and
And we won't miss him.
we won't. We
We
won't.
won't miss him
The
because
policeman who's sniffing around is getting on my nerves, but
Whitmore,
Whitman,
whatever.
yeah, he's kind of in the way, but I guess he's necessary to drive the plot. So we'll be seeing him for a
Well,
while.
Blanca is enough for me because Blanca, she can't stand Tariq, and it's funny as heck. And then he was like, "Y'all got a hard on for this kid." Like, yes, they do. Just like Sax had a hard on for Ghost. Like he ate,
Yeah.
slept, everything Ghost.
Right. That's why it's another recycle story. So that they need to do some other things with Power Book 2, or it's just a rehash of the first.
Yeah, but it's the same, but it's different because Tariq said it himself. He was like, "I'm not like my dad. I'm smarter." I was like, He is smarter. I mean, the whole coffee cup thing. When he was like, "What's the drug that comes in this building all the time?" And he was like, "Caffeine." I was like, "Yeah, you're right." Like
He's smarter, but he has too many people looking at him. I think Ghost did a better job of keeping his dirt on the
being
low.
a ghost.
Being a ghost. Tyreek is not a ghost. Too many people got his name in their mouth. So, and he's only what, 19 now, maybe 20? And he's got the feds and the local police on his case. Like he ain't as smart as he thinks he is. And I
Yeah,
think in that regard, Ghost was slicker than
yeah,
Tyreek.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had other folks doing it, and
Mhm.
they don't have a crew like Ghost had a crew.
Mhm.
And he also had Tommy doing all the killing. Ghost
Yeah.
didn't do all of that unless it was absolutely necessary.
Oh
Like
yeah,
when he
Ghost could get dirty
killed
when he
that,
needed to.
yeah, like
But
when he killed that young girl.
he didn't get the name Ghost for no reason though,
Right,
either.
he
A
was
lot of people
totally
didn't
Ghost.
even know who he was. And see, that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying. Tyreek, that's what he's missing. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a difference there. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but him being the mastermind is kind of, rehash. So
Yeah,
yeah, and speaking of killing, Braden choking on killing that Russian, that was just so
he punked
sloppy.
out. He punked out. He
He
ain't punk
did,
out. He
yeah.
punked out.
Yeah, that was a punk move. Yeah.
That was a punk
That was
move.
sloppy, and yeah, he's lucky Tyreek helped him out, but Tyreek didn't have on no like mask, no hat. I mean, it was sloppy. It was just way too sloppy. They got to do better than that. And I guess it kind of emphasizes the point that they are teenagers, late teens, early 20s, if that.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're not as slick and smart as they think they are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope they don't get caught. This show can't go on forever. I don't know
Well,
where
he
it's
left the
gonna.
bag down there with his fingerprints. I was
It's
like,
just a
dang,
lot.
y'all leave y'all fingerprints everywhere. It
When
makes no
Tyreek
sense.
killed Bash in the hotel, he looked like he was just gonna drop the knife and leave. It's like,
Yeah.
bruh, you ain't even
And
got no
his
gloves
fingerprints are
on
actually in the
in
system.
the system. Braden's
Braden's,
probably
I'm
are
not
too.
exactly sure if his are in the system too, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Mm,
So yeah, Braden with the sneak with Tate. I didn't see that coming. I
I
didn't see
did.
that coming. I
I
liked it.
saw it that first because when Tyreek went to the job and Bracrasha, whatever her name is, it's some kind of stupid name that nobody would have. It's not Natasha, Braquisha, whatever her name is. She was working for Tate, and Tyreek is like, "What's up?" And then Braden's like, "Oh, you can work at our company." I knew right then that he had snuck in there, so I figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
That not this episode, but the one before. This last
Mm-hmm.
one is when they let us know that Braden has something to do with it, but I had already figured that out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what is Tate's point now on the show?
Yeah.
I
I mean,
can't
why
wait
would
to
he
see
say all
what
that
his.
stuff he was saying? I was just like, shut your mouth. Like, he didn't have to say, Tariq, I turned him down and he got a new job with Weston Holdings or whatever the name is. And he's working with Braden, the one who admitted to selling drugs. I'm like, dude,
He's trying to
stop
get the
it.
spotlight off of himself by saying, first of all, there shouldn't be a problem with me hiring Tariq because Tariq was never convicted of anything. And secondly, he doesn't work here. Go
Mm-hmm.
look at them. Go look at the people who actually hired him. That's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
The one that has the drug dealer son. Go look at that company. Stop sniffing around me. So I get it, but what I want to know is what is Tate's purpose on the show now? If nobody's
Yeah.
working in his office, he doesn't have any reason to make any deals with Tyreek, or he's not involved in anything, then what is he there for? It can't just be
Yeah.
for this relationship with the professor, because we don't even really need her. Yeah, they go to
Well,
class every now and then,
remember
but
he's supposed to be looking for a wife to better his image to run for this position. So he needs to find somebody that he needs to at least get engaged to immediately. And it looked like she might be thirsty enough to fall for that.
but what I'm saying is, what is his storyline? Why do we care that he needs a wife? What difference does it make to the rest
To
of the
run for
show?
office? Oh, I mean,
Yeah, that's
that's
what I'm
what they're
saying. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's kind of peripheral at this point. He's not in the dirt that we know of. So they're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
to do something more with him, or he could just be background noise.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so um what was so let me mention this quickly. It was funny when Kane went to the school to see Diana, and
Oh, and
he
saw the
found out
professor,
Diana had that
the
job.
TA with the TA and
Yeah. And then he was like, that sounds like a made up name, my brother. But then when he was talking about he was talking to her about money and she, stuff like that. And he was like, she got a job. And then he was like, I ain't gonna let you go out like that. And he gives her money.
Uh-huh.
She took that money. I was like, girl, you know you want to be in it. You want that money. You just
Mm-hmm.
gonna sell them drugs. And then she gonna confront Effie about not only the drugs, but seeing Tariq. I was just like, girl, you all over the place. You just
She
trying to
is all
insert
over the
yourself.
place.
You don't, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
She
doing?
is all over the place because on the one hand, she act like she trying to get with this TA. Then why you worried about Tyreek and Effie? Yeah,
Right,
Effie might have told you to leave Tyreek alone, but you ain't had to listen to her.
right,
You ain't gonna, why you even care what she thinks or what she got to say?
right,
So
right.
yeah,
So you want to be on your own or you want to sell drugs? You want to like, girl,
and
each
then
day.
yeah, But they got to do something with her character too, because
They
she's
have
just
to do
kind of
something with
floundering
her.
right now. I don't trust that TA. He got too many questions. He digging into her background way too hard. He
He
watching
getting to
and looking
know
at
her.
everything now.
He's asking the right questions.
He got the answers that he needs to. That would be a red flag. You know, her whole family drug dealers.
Right. And
So
then, so why are you trying to kiss her?
yeah, you know this is trouble, dude. Her. Yeah, so I don't trust him. Something is up with him, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I mean, we shouldn't trust him because again,
We don't know him.
wait, what did we say? Guys like
Drama.
so his dumbass, even though he knows that her father just got out of jail for drugs and whatever else, he was supposed to serve 20 plus years. Now he's at home. And he came to the door like you just with his face beat up nonetheless, and you just be like, yeah, I'm gonna make you my boo. No, see,
And her thugged out brother, me mugging him. Like, you got enough red flags to leave this chick alone, but he's still sniffing around, as my grandmother would say. So he up to something, or he's stupid. I don't think he's gonna make it out of this season either. I
Right.
mean, he's only a side character anyway. So,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking he might end up dead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad.
So Kane says, let's have a family meeting about these drugs. First of all, I forgot to mention the other thing that made me laugh about Kane is when he came back to the condo and the guy was leaving the condo and Kane was like, another one? He just dropped his head. I was like, damn. But I want to see if you caught what I caught. Did you catch that apparently this Grindr app tells you when someone that's on the Grindr app is near?
Yeah. A lot of them do that.
Really? I don't know about that. But anyway, so it kept saying G is near, G is near, G is like 50 feet or something like that. And we all know that the Three Sons by Frank, all three of the sons' names start with G. G. So we don't know which G it is. Or it could have been all three because it was three of them.
Well,
but he got the same text 3 times. But I'm just throwing it out there. But
you saw the look he gave the one when they met, because he was just like, he thought Kane had something to do with I can't keep up with whoever got killed. He thought Kane had something to do with it. Yeah. And when they first met up, Drew was like, they said something like, "Oh, you used to be fat. Like, oh, you've been working out." Yeah. So there was a little look between Drew.
I think that was Gordo or whatever his name.
Yeah, whatever his name is. So I guess that's gonna be another complication because Drew likes drama too. I guess it doesn't matter. He's a man. It doesn't matter if you're gay or not. No, he's not a girl. He's just a man who likes drama like any other man. No matter if you're gay or straight, they still like drama.
Still like drama. And so I was wondering why he didn't say anything about that though. Do you think there's a reason why he didn't mention it?
Mention what?
About one of them on the app.
Or he ain't talking to nobody about his sex life. Kane is just seeing it because he, he's seeing it with his eyes. But Drew is on
fucking everybody.
Drew is on the sneaky link kind of moves these days. He is out here trying to, he's out here smashing everything he see and can get with and stalking his ex on Instagram or whatever. So, yeah. But they all sloppy killers. So, and then Kane with his big mouth. I heard it was a white dude. And the guy's like, well, how did you hear that? So it's we'll see.
You could have kept your mouth closed just like your daddy could have kept his mouth closed.
Yeah. His dad is stupid. Kane is stupid right with him. Well, he's getting better. He's getting smarter. But he's going to have to get smarter a lot faster. Well, he
figured it out when he confronted Braden about it.
He's going to have to get faster with his uptake.
Yeah, exactly.
I need Kane to stay around. Yeah, a lot of folks gonna get killed this season. I think it's gonna be a little gang
Hopefully, because
war.
we got to have some more. We got to,
We need
that's what
some
this is about.
excitement. We need some
Yeah.
excitement. So,
Yeah.
okay, where you think is what's happening next? Where is this going?
I don't know. Oh, I was impressed by Tariq speaking Italian. That was cute.
That was cute.
I
That
like
was
that.
cute. That was.
It was a
Uh,
good surprise.
It
Where
was,
is this?
and it
Where is this?
reminds you that he's not the average, kid. He grew up with privilege. He grew up rich, and
Yeah.
he just yeah, he ain't for play.
Right.
So yeah, he
Right.
might be selling drugs, but he's smart and
Yep.
he's rich. He's
Yep.
in his
Yep.
ways, yeah.
Yep.
So
So where is this going? I don't know how, I don't know how many shows it's gonna take Tariq to figure out Eve uh
Effie.
Effie. Um how many shows is gonna take to find out Lauren is still alive. Sax, who's funny as fuck, confronting Davis about his brother and the whole switch up, that threw me off. I was like, why they switch the people up? But Sax had already seen the part about the height thing, so that'll be interesting to see where this goes. Because I was like, Sax actually agreeing with Davis, even though he murdered the cop's son. That's so funny. He's like, okay, forget about the murder. The cops lied on y'all. Okay, I'm down with y'all. That's funny. But it's gonna be interesting. I'm waiting to see
Why did
how
they
successful.
you said why did they switch people? You meaning like why it wasn't Red Man anymore to play
Yeah,
his brother? I was
yeah,
looking like, who is this dude? I did I was like,
yeah,
what happened to Red Man? What's this dude?
yeah. They switched them out.
I
Yeah,
love Method Man and Red Man together, so I was disappointed they switched
I
characters.
don't know why I don't know
Actors.
why they did that. I don't know why they did that, but I guess I need to do a little bit of research on that. But and then I'm interested to see if this crypto coffee thing is gonna work.
Hmm. They
It
got to do
gotta work.
something. It's got to
Gotta work.
work
Yeah.
because, well, we haven't seen Noma since what the
Right.
first episode, but
Yeah.
her dude is
Yeah.
not about that bullshit. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill your grandmama. I'm gonna kill both
Yeah.
your parents. I'm gonna kill your sister, and then Effie, I'm gonna kill you if y'all
Yeah.
don't get this right. So they was all looking like, oh shoot, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's gonna
What you
have.
think?
I think we we shouldn't be, but we root for the drug dealers in TV shows. The way they write it,
And the killers.
they always make us sympathetic. We don't want them to get caught and go to jail. So
Right.
I want Tyreek and them to get away with it. Noma's got to go. Her man, he's going to end up dead. I'm pretty sure they're gonna
Yeah.
have to kill him because he's a
Yeah.
menace. He's their
Yes.
biggest threat right now. So yeah,
Yeah.
he and Noma got to go. And I think they're going to come out of it fine. I don't think the feds are going to get them, but they're going to keep trying. So it'll be cool to see, like you said, what could Lauren possibly add to their little case. It would seem like nothing, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll see. We'll
Um,
see.
yeah. So, and Monet, I'm glad she stopped sulking and watching judge shows. I'm glad they got her up out the house.
That was funny too. Yeah.
Got her cleaned
Exactly.
up, and we need to see Fly Monet some more. So, all right,
Yeah.
this coming Sunday, I'm gonna need her to be in her badass fur or whatever she wants, some leather, some big
Mhm.
earrings. I need her hair done because this is not back in the day like Raquel and them. This is
Right.
current times.
Right.
I want to
And she
see
be
some.
fly, just like Tariq.
I need her to
Mhm.
to kill it. So get back to
Yeah.
being Monet. She just her character right now is just mad all the time and sad,
Yeah.
and they got to do something else with
Well,
her.
yeah. Yeah.
She been through a
Yeah.
lot. She don't know
She's
yet, but
been
when
through a
she
lot.
finds out that her husband killed her son,
Shit gonna hit the fan.
yeah. And she might be mad when she finds out that Kane knows.
Yeah,
And
but she
that
gonna get over it.
maybe they treat Kane like he trash.
Yeah,
The
but she
whole
gonna get
family
over
to
it.
me does.
Cause her light's still on and her mortgage still getting paid. So I'm gonna need you to zip it for a minute, cause he was holding it down while your
But you
husband
say you need her
was
to zip
fucking
it.
up. I need her to zip it, cause you still got lights on and you ain't contributing to none of this right now. You just
I just
spending money right now.
I just see it like, and there's a family member like that in my family where, well, in my husband's family, where it just seems like they want him to be the one to go crazy, and if something happens, they want him to handle it. But he doesn't get the love that the other ones get. He's
Yeah.
like Diana is the princess, they want her to be,
Mm-hmm.
you know, happy and out of the trouble. They really didn't want Drew in it.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
But anytime something goes wrong, Kane, you better. Kane,
Yeah.
you get out here and
You
do it.
you got that
You
right.
go do it.
You got that right. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I need them to treat him better. So
Yeah.
okay. All right. So that was a lot. Whenever
That
we
was a
skip
lot.
a week,
I know it's a
it's
whole
like we
bunch,
gotta
but we want to hear from our subscribers. Please write in. Tell us what you think. Tell us if we're wrong. Tell us if we missed something. Y'all miss blah 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 with Jenny.
Yeah.
What's Jenny's plan? What's Jenny's idea? What is she gonna tell Blanca? I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We gotta see.
Should we trust Effie or should we not?
No, we shouldn't trust Effie. Everybody know that. Don't trust Effie.
Something about her that's not right.
Like and subscribe to I Ain't Trying to Be Funny.
But
Bud long face.
I ain't trying to be funny, but
with Keita and Kim, until next time.
deuces.
Peace. Holla.